Alright, this is Clark. This is Team 1's title card for CPSC 4910 in spring 2020. Like I said, Team 1 with Clark Gray, Corey Palmer, Peyton Rogers, and Jacob Sunshine. Registering for a new driver account. And now the account is registered. This is showing logging into an existing driver. Oh. There we go. And from here, I can also log out of this account. Okay, so here I'm logged in as the driver that I made earlier. I'm going to apply to a sponsor. Apply to sponsors for you. Hey, I'm a huge fan of your work. I'm also going to apply to another sponsor company. Hey, I'm applying to you as well. Okay, so back here with test driver, aka myself, and now that on the other end the sponsors, I didn't show it from the sponsors perspective just to keep in the same order that you specified in the documentation. So I went in and logged in as the sponsors and accepted the applications. So here, as this driver here, if I go to sponsors, I can now see sponsors for you and another sponsor company are visible as sponsors that I have. One thing I'd like to show as well, so if I were to apply to another sponsor, in this case, so many sponsors. I can't believe I am applying to 3 sponsors for this demo. Submit. I can now view my applications that I've sent to sponsors, and they're all dated as well. So if I were to applying to multiple sponsors over time, you would be able to see, the dates that I sent in these and my application. And so the one that I just added here at the bottom, you can see that the status is pending because I have been accepted to these other 2 sponsors, which we can see here, sponsors for you and another sponsor company. Okay, so this is the admin screen for our application. There's no way for a user to reset their own password, but an admin can reset their password. So in this case, I'm going to go here, the former password, entering the new password. In the past it was CPSC 4910, all lowercase, and I'm going to change it to seniordesign 4910. Okay, so this password should be changed. You can see that it's longer than CPSC 4910. So if I go home, log out, home, okay, log in. So this is the test driver, and now I need to type in seniordesign 4910, and now I'm logged in as test driver. One thing to show as well is, so with the sponsors that we have, we can go to view point histories. So, sort of the showcase skill that we really wanted to look into was security. And so Django, one of the reasons we chose Django as our tool was because it provides a lot of different built-in opportunities for security. First of all, it provides cross-site scripting protection. In addition to that, cross-site request forgery protection, SQL injection protection. So basically, all of Django's query sets are protected from SQL injection since our queries are constructed using query parameterization. Our SQL code is defined separately from the query's parameters, so we're safe from SQL injection attacks, which is a big thing. We're safe from clickjacking protection. And that's about it. In terms of user data, if we go into the admin page, well, I guess I don't want to directly do that, so if I log out and then click admins here, login as the admin. If we go to user, you can see here, we'll go to test driver, who I've been using a lot. Django is using SHA-256 algorithm, so all of our user passwords and data is getting the password is getting salted and hashed. So if somebody were to gain access to our database and we're pulling the passwords out, there's no way that they could recover a user's password and log into their account and do anything malicious. Our users' accounts are protected, specifically their passwords, and then all of the other features that I just mentioned. Okay, so now switching from drivers, we're going to sponsors, demoing some of the sponsor features. So first we're going to register a new sponsor. So I'm going to make the new name final sponsor, because I've made 3 sponsors already and hopefully don't have to make any more. So I'll make the name Big Bird. Email address, I will make my Clemson email address again, just because I don't want to put any, I guess I could put something random. Sponsor at clemson.edu. Let's see, password CBSE4910, CBSE4910. Birth date, I will do this. I've just been putting in my birthday for all of these. The name of the sponsor, last sponsor company, and we'll give them a point conversion of 250. And the description: we are the final sponsor company, we hope. So I will register. Oh, I'm sure there are only 2 digits before the decimal point. Oh, okay. Okay, so now that we've registered, it's now up to an admin to basically okay this sponsor. So now if I go into login as an admin, I can go to sponsors, and now I see last sponsor company. Oh no, this is not where I want to be. I want to go to users. And I want to go to final sponsor and make this active. And if I press save, we should now, so if I go here to log out, log in, final sponsor, who I just okayed in the admin console, I can now log in as Big Bird. Okay, so here's the demo for a sponsor adding to the catalog. So we're going to go to catalog, add another product, paste the eBay link in there for a nice Dyson vacuum. Just to show you, sorry, that I got it from there. Alright, so pasted the Dyson vacuum in there. We're going to set the price to be 50 points. Add the product. Cool, so we've got a product. Let's add another one. Let's add a Roomba vacuum. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Copy. Add another product. Price, we'll make this one 100 points. Cool, so now we've got a Roomba here. And so that's adding to the catalog. And so if I wanted to delete the Roomba, I press delete, and now the Roomba is not in the catalog anymore. Okay, so for a sponsor to view its drivers, we're going to go to view the applications. So we've already accepted an application from test driver. So now we can view an application from the existing driver and accept it. And so now both of these drivers are a part of final sponsor, who is owned by Big Bird sponsor. Okay, so I'm going to show off a lot of the admin features. Go to admins in the navigation bar, log in as admin, CPSC 4910. Okay, so I'm going to add a new user. I'm going to give it admin created driver. Password CPSC 4910, CPSC 4910. Save that. So now there's a new user. Now I can fill in some of the personal information. So I can go in and give it a first name, Adminson Driverson son. I'm just going to give it my email address, an active user. I can give it staff or super user status, basically what I'm doing right now. Can give it a whole host of permissions and stuff, which I will not do because it's a driver. Can modify the date that it joined, when its last login was. I'm gonna give it a birth date, so I can just go ahead and click. Give it. This guy was born right before this COVID mess happened, March 6th. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give him a driver role. I'm gonna give him a street. 101 College Avenue, Clemson, South Carolina. Oh gosh. My Google is trying to autofill addresses. And I can give it a point history with a specific sponsor if I wanted to, so I can just go ahead and give this driver some points with the last sponsor company. I'll go ahead and give them 500 points. Save that. Okay, cool. So basically I'm going to repeat the same process to create a new sponsor. So admin created sponsor. Save. Sorry, my Discord is blown up. Alright, first name, admin, daughter, son, sponsor, son, active user, permissions, okay, don't need to change that, give it a birth date, give it the role of sponsor. Address, I'm going to leave this blank this time. I just did the same process for a driver. For time's sake, since this is a sponsor, I'm not going to give it a point history with the sponsor. Save and create. Cool. Now I'm going to add another user. So another admin. Okay. So first name. Okay. Active user. We'll leave this one in admin this time since we're creating an admin. Okay. Another admin just so I can log in. Oh wait, I have an error. Oh, I didn't give it a valid time. And this stuff is required. I'm going to autofill this with some stuff. Another error below. Oh, time. That's because Greer is in the time, and that is not a time. So yeah, it does do form checking, which is a good feature to have. I have another error below. 6 a.m. Cool. Me trying to rush through and it catching all of my mistakes. Okay, so now we have all these new admin created users. So just to show you, we can log out in them. If I go to admins. Okay, so one thing I forgot to show was basically here I can view my point histories. So I can see that for sponsors for you, I have 30 points, and for another sponsor company, I have 500 points. So if I go to this catalog, I can go here. I see this Dyson ball from another sponsor company. Submit my order for this entry.